Well, folks, we got to be honest with ourselves here. It's over. It's over. I'll get into a little bit more here. As you guys know, I don't think there's enough evidence to convict Bryan Kohberger, but the truth of it is, they're going to convict him, and I've known this pretty much the entire time. You can just tell by other cases, other major cases. Kohberger's pretty much fucked. He's been the guy the entire time that they've been gunning for, and Judge Hippler has made a massive, massive decision. I'm JB Gunner. This is Crime Time. Let's get into it.
Bring it back.
What's going on, everybody? As you guys know, I'm JB Gunner, and this is Crime Time. Now, before I get started with this story, I just want to say thank you to everybody that supports the channel. Hell, any of my channels, regardless of platform, regardless of method you choose, whether it's Cash App, Patreon, Venmo, PayPal. Truth is, guys, I couldn't have done this uncensored for the last 19 years on all these different channels and platforms if it wasn't for you, the Gun Squad. I love you guys so much, and if you too find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Show some love. Join the Gun Squad. You can also just scroll down my homepage and find some other content that I do have my channels at the bottom of my homepage. But let's go ahead and jump right into the story because, well, all the guilters are going to be pretty happy. Let's go ahead and get into it. Bryan Kohberger. Let's go ahead and, there we go. Bryan Kohberger judge rules on DNA evidence in Idaho quadruple murder case. An Idaho judge delivers a blow to quadruple homicide suspect Bryan Kohberger's defense on Wednesday as he finally made a ruling on the DNA technique prosecutors used to identify the then graduate student as the prime suspect. Stephen Hippler has determined that police did not violate Kohberger's constitutional rights during its search for the person who murdered the 4 kids in the Idaho 4 case. Authorities had found genetic material on the knife sheath at the murder scene, which police linked to 30-year-old Kohberger through genetic genealogy testing, which compares the sample with data from public databases that came from the suspect's distant relatives. Kohberger defense team has since argued that the constitutional rights against unreasonable search and seizure were violated, and I actually agree with that, obviously, because his DNA was obtained without a warrant. Exactly. Well, not really, though, because the DNA was there at the murder scene. But I understand what she's saying. The other DNA was obtained without a warrant. But Hippler ruled on Wednesday that there's no reasonable expectation of privacy and identity, and Kohberger's team did not prove that his DNA was tested for anything other than identifying purposes, according to court documents obtained by KIRO. Even if the DNA analysis revealed sensitive personal details, there is no reasonable expectation of privacy in crime scene DNA, the judge wrote. I mean, I can understand that. I can understand that. He also determined that the DNA technique prosecutors used did not jeopardize the investigation, and its use by the FBI does not justify suppressing any evidence collected after that. I completely disagree there. If they used databases, they weren't that's their policy not to use. You know, I'm not okay with that. Separately, Hippler ruled the defense's assertion that detectives lied or withheld information from a prior judge to obtain search warrants was unfounded and does not support holding a separate hearing to challenge the evidence. So we're not going to get that whatchamacallit hearing. That is fucked up. It's over. It's over. The ruling comes just 1 week after Kohberger's lawyers claimed blood from an unknown man was found on a handrail in the victim's home, right? And another's DNA was found on a glove outside. Kohberger's attorney, Ann Taylor, criticized authorities as she claimed that police did not disclose the unidentified blood when obtaining a search warrant for Kohberger's arrest in December 2022. This is crushing to Kohberger, no doubt about it. She argued that this should disqualify some evidence collected in the search as it was not properly authorized. Hippler dismissed those claims on Wednesday. He says his DNA is still on the knife sheath, though. I mean, that's valid. That's the problem, counsel. Hippler then went on to deny the defense's motion to suppress all the digital evidence, all that different evidence that she was trying to have. And we're not even going to have the Frank's hearing, apparently. So, you know, we're not even going to have the hearing to determine if the police officer lied or anything like that. Kohberger has maintained his innocence, as we all know. Look, man, I'm just going to say this when it comes to all of this. Kohberger is just their guy. I don't necessarily think they have enough evidence to convict him, but I still think that they're going to paint the picture, and this is such a major case, and the waters have been muddied so much. I believe Kohberger is going to be found guilty, and that's unfortunate, because I just don't think they have enough. If I was a jury member, I would not vote guilty. I just wouldn't. And not right now. Maybe during trial we see some amazing shit. We never do, though. We never see that amazing smoking gun come out of trial. As I've told you guys a million times, usually the PCA has about 85 to 95% of everything that they have. We pretty much know, for the most part, everything that they have. There may be 5% to 10% of shit that they've accumulated since the gag order. That is very possible. But right now, I just don't see enough. But I don't have enough faith in my fellow man's intelligence. I don't have enough faith in... I believe most humans play off emotions. And they've painted for now almost 2 years this man as Ted Bundy, as a you know, I mean, the boogeyman. And so because of that, I don't think there's any way whatsoever that I mean, I hope there's a jury like me that critical thinks and looks at things from all angles, because they're sending this man to the death penalty, possibly to the firing squad. But I just don't have any faith in your typical human being. Most people, they're scared of their own shadow, and the thought that this is the boogeyman being released back out on the street, I think is going to be enough for the jury to find him guilty. And especially if they, you know, none of these court decisions went his way. Nothing really has, if you think about it. Ever since he moved, the trial was moved. Ever since the trial was moved to Ada County, there's been nothing that's really went Kohberger's way, honestly. And that's the unfortunate thing. Let's go ahead and listen to Bumfield and see what the fuck this bitch she's got to say. I bet she's wet as fuck right now, just dripping, oozing wetness. Because you know she called this motherfucker guilty from day one.
And here's what I'ma bet happened next. The sound of the thud against his heart when he heard that news must have echoed all the way to F Block, where they are building that new firing squad chamber. Of course, nothing can ever guarantee
you hear that? You see that shit?
Kohberger's trial is set to...
She just busted a nut talking about him fucking getting shot to death. This stupid bitch.
Begin July 30th with jury selection, but it is a mystery to me. Where on earth his lawyers are going to go from here?
Yeah.
Where could they possibly go?
No, I agree. I actually
I'm joined
agree
now
with her
by Steve Gonsalves, whose daughter Kaylee Gonsalves was one of the 4 students murdered at 1122 King Road, allegedly by
not this
Bryan
motherfucker.
Kohberger. Steve, it's good to have you tonight, especially with this incredibly earth-shattering news in this case. I can just see it on your face. This is such welcome.
I will say, this is the biggest news we've gotten so far, right? Like, basically, they've denied every potential way that Kohberger, they basically just pissed right on his constitutional rights. Let's just call it what it is. But I knew this, I knew deep down this was going to happen. I mean, and I think many of you did too. Because if they would have got rid of the DNA evidence, they have to dismiss the case. And I knew Idaho wasn't going to dismiss the case. They're gonna make an example out of him, whether we have real evidence that he committed the murders or not.
News to you.
Yeah, this was a day that we've been looking forward to for almost 2.5 years, and it's kind of like the last Hail Mary that they were going for, to just throw it all out, put all the chips on the table, and go for it. And,
I mean, that's true.
We like the way that things turned out. We're going to go into the case with the same evidence that we started with, and that's amazing. That's a great deal.
Yeah, I mean, I keep saying game, set, match, right? With that DNA evidence that ties what would have been a complete stranger right to the bed.
Yeah, and I got to admit, the DNA thing is going to, your typical person, they're not hearing touch DNA. They're hearing DNA, like blood or semen or you know what I mean? They're not hearing your normal dummy. Your normal Idaho potato eating dummy. God, that sounds so good. I need some potatoes. Your normal Idaho potato eating dummy. They're not they're going to just hear DNA, right? It's just the truth. They're going to hear it and they're going to be like, that places him there. Without even knowing, hopefully the defense argues and talks about how touch DNA doesn't really mean anything. It could mean something, but the truth of this is I truly don't believe that jury is going to accept any of that. They're just going to be like, DNA there, he's guilty. Just like these idiots on the internet have done. And I admit the DNA there is a problem. But the DNA there, especially touch DNA, it does not place him there. There is no murder weapon. There is no connection between him and the victims. There is no nothing. There is absolutely nothing. And the whole phone shit, it's a 10 mile, you gotta understand, it's a 27 square mile radius for the ping on the tower. He lives, 10 miles away? It doesn't make sense to me. There is no smoking gun. This is all circumstantial evidence. But I think that your average dummy, just like in true crime, the true crime community, the average dummy hears, oh, his DNA was there, that means he did it. They'll just leave out the whole touch DNA part, and it's disheartening.
Where your daughter was murdered.
I think he's
that
done.
is a
I think he's
hell
done.
of a bad fact for defense. Listen, the way it works is on their side of the ledger, Bryan Kohberger can cry into his defense attorney's shoulders and ask, what's next? What do we do? What happens? On your side of the ledger, it's the prosecutors. Effectively, they're your lawyers. Do they talk to you? Do they get you through this? Do they help you with the patience factor as you wait all these months for these decisions?
The communication, it comes and goes. I mean, I try to assume that they're just super, super busy, but I'm an active person, so I wouldn't find my own lawyer. I found my own prosecutor, my own person who understands law to an extent that they do, even better than some of the people that are in that courtroom. So I feel like we're pretty much informed, and we're prepared for what's going to happen, and we're all working as one unit, and it's good to have days like this. It took a long time, but and people like Payne and Moyer, who literally were dragged through the mud, and people accuse those guys of lying or misrepresenting. It's a great day for them. These are men that dedicated their lives to our community.
Oh no, the courts sided with the police and said, "Oh no, we all are straight. None of us lie here in the justice system." Big surprise. They're clearly vindicated because other justice entities said, no, we don't lie. No, that's not the way shit works.
Community, and today is a day for us to all embrace that everybody's seen them doing a good job, and everything that they did will be part of the case, and all those challenges were invalid.
You were referencing that you went and got your own lawyer, that's Shannon Gray. We've spoken to him a lot. He seems very invested and certainly very caring when it comes to yours and your family's benefit here. And, it's like you still want to know what else, like what still worries you? This is a great day. Obviously, this is the best day. But what still worries you ahead?
There's little pieces. If you read all through all the documentation, there's a lot of paperwork that came out today, a lot of details that weren't out.
Like what?
We look forward to that because there's details that we've had to hide, the things that we've had to keep to our chest. And the more that, once they say it, then we can say it.
Right.
We can bring more details out. And we said a kill kit, you're going to read those documentations, you're going to find out that this individual left that house and people spotted, these things that were going out with him.
What?
And we bring that up because people please don't forget this guy was not a part of our community. He was not a part of North Idaho.
Yo, Kill Kit. I gotta. Well, hold on, man. Hold on. Let me go up here to. Let's see what we got with this shit. Let's go. Hold on, man. Hold the fuck on. That's some breaking news. Maybe I need to read the documents. Maybe that's the video I should have been making today. Let me see how long the documents are. God damn. This is a lot of fucking. This is a lot of bullshit. Hold on. Let me scroll. All right. Order defendant's motion to suppress. On defendant's motion to suppress. Motion to seal. Okay, so order sealing exhibits to state's rebuttal. Okay, so let's take a look at some of this shit. Motion to, okay. State's response to defendant's 20-second supplemental request for discovery. So yeah, right here, we're in all right. Let's see. Let's just take a look at all of these real quick, just to see if there's anything in here. Because what he just said is crazy, right? Let me make sure you guys can see. Let me pull this up. Let me make sure you guys can see it. Well, how many pages we got here? 2? Okay, order sealing exhibits the state's rebuttal to defendant's supplemental response to request for discovery regarding expert witness. Yeah, this is nothing. This is nothing. Okay, now we got, okay, this is the 36-page order on defendant's motions to suppress. Okay. This, oh man, this could be a minute. Findings of fact. On November 13th, 2022, an officer from the Moscow Police Department responded to a residence located. We understand this. The investigation that ensued was a multi-agency affair involving members of multiple police departments. We know that. Hold on, I'm trying to find. Among the initial search warrants sought in investigation were to AT&T, the cellular carrier, for a phone number that, you know what? We're going to read this on an entirely different thing. I'm trying to find, I need to find this part that they're talking about, man. Like, there's a lot of shit here. There's a lot of shit here. Man, I want to know about this whole Kill Kit thing. All right, so, yeah, this is going to be the long one. This one right here is going to be long. Let me look at the other ones. Oh, this is 38 pages, too. Is this the same thing? Order on defendant's motion for Frank's hearing. Okay. We got a lot of fucking pages here. Look over here, we got 11 pages here, or another order. And then over here, we got 29 pages. Oh, shit. All right, we got some shit now. Let me look these over tonight. And then when I look them over, if I can find the exact spot, or maybe I'll just, reading them online, that's a lot of documents. That's a lot of documents. So I will get it together and I will figure it out. No question about that. Let's see what else we got.
Idaho, he's not even a citizen of Idaho. This person came here with a plan, premeditated, full-blooded murder.
Maybe they do got more.
And he wanted to be a successful murderer, like a serial killer, somebody he studied. This is a sick individual that killed people sleeping in their beds, and there is no reason to have capital punishment if this isn't the case for it. So we're going to rely on all the people in the true crime community, all the people watching this, because it's going to get rough. We're going to have to put somebody all the way to the very ends of justice, but I think that's necessary. I feel like some of the reasons we have these mass shootings, school shootings and things, is because we don't do a good job of showing the very end of how this ends. Yeah. And once kids see the full picture of what these disastrous behaviors are, maybe that puts a little bit in their head to slow down, think it through, talk to a friend, talk to a counselor, go to your school, communicate with somebody. Don't do this. Don't make one of these decisions.
I want to know about this Kill Kit, man.
Thanks for watching.
They said someone saw Kohberger leaving the scene with the Kill Kit. Is that what the fuck I just heard? I'm going to read these documents. I mean, maybe I should just do it in a video. You know what? Let me see what I can do. Let me see what, because I don't know if all three of them are the same, but let me read through one of them, and we may just do a stream or find the highlights for you guys, and because that would take a while to read through 36 documents. We would have to do that on a live streaming. You motherfuckers don't pay enough over here for me to do live streams. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest. Anyway, if this kill kit thing is a real thing, if it's a real thing, and he got caught with a kill kit or anything like that, that could be the smoking gun. That could be the evidence. And what's his name said that they're just waiting on them to say shit so they can say shit. I don't think this is a good day for Kohberger at all. I think they're going to find him guilty. And even this kill kit thing has got me saying, oh, maybe he did. I don't know, though. I don't know. We'll find out. That's the whole point of a trial. And I'm going to go look over these documents and get you guys some information. If you guys like what I do here and you find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Support the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one, man. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. What do you guys know about this kill kit? Have you guys already read the documents? I know I'm a little behind. But that's some big fucking news. Big fucking news.